Can I tell you this? Your current level, no matter what level you are, is somebody's prayer point. Let me repeat it. Your current level, spiritually, economically, etc., is somebody's prayer point. Do not take your eyes away from what God has done, and then you look at the things he has not done and you begin to nag and complain and get angry. One more time, say thank you, Jesus.
My name is Asitonka Agri Abba, and channel is called Asi Darling because I'm such a darling. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Trevor Asi Darling. Thank you guys so much for clicking once again. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, and to all my OGs, you know what to do. Comment down below, let me know, gang. Now guys, I am back again with yet another video on this series. It seems like it is not ending, and earlier this week we got news that British Columbia minister has announced a cap on all new colleges. Like, initially, when I did the video about the provinces reacting, remember that from British Columbia, they said that they have been doing their own investigation as to some of these sham colleges. And this week, they have done their own crackdown. So please, for those of you that have admissions to British Columbia, if your school is a private school, is a new private school, I think you need to start looking outwards. You need to start looking to other places. It's not enough for you to be maybe in the comments asking, is this school good or is that school good? Personal research is top priority at this point, because if you have plans of coming to Canada, many things are changing. The waters are being troubled, and most times, like I said, of course, we had the people that are going to get the first bite are the international students that have gotten admission. So if you've gotten admissions or you've made some kind of payments or some kind of commitment, you're kind of like on a limbo, especially because knowing fully well that the cap is going to affect visa allocations. A lot of people are stressed. Okay, so I'm going to be playing that clip for you guys to watch.
We are pausing approvals for the next 2 years of any new post-secondary institutions looking to enroll international students.
BC is cracking down on post-secondary institutions that recruit international students. At a news conference Monday, Selena Robinson, the Minister of Post-Secondary Education, announced measures being taken to eliminate what the province calls exploitative practices, essentially international students who are being taken advantage of.
Lack of instructors and poor quality of education have a lot other diverse and adverse factors which affect us a lot.
I think, we always have a few bad apples in every sector. I think some of the schools may be just too keen on making a quick profit, making false promises.
Monday's announcement comes amid stories of international students paying big bucks to come to BC, only to have promises broken by institutions.
She arrived here being told that there would be in-class instruction, only to discover on her first day of class as she showed up that the entire course would be taught online. And she couldn't understand why she had spent all that money for an online program.
Aside from pressing pause on new institutions trying to recruit international students for 2 years, there will also be more inspections from the province, higher assessment criteria for degree quality, and a demonstrated labor market need for graduates. There will also need to be tuition transparency for international students, meaning post-secondaries will have to show exactly how much it will cost for the entire time that students are studying before they start. Some international students say this is a good first step on strengthening standards, but cost should also be factored into any future changes to the system.
Moving forward, we really want to look at that affordability portion. As the minister did mention, there's no protection on international fees.
And a strong message from the minister on post-secondary institutions who prey on vulnerable international students who often come to Canada alone with language barriers.
Consider this a warning. You better change what you're doing because we will find out what you're doing, and it will have repercussions for your business.
Earlier this month, the federal government announced a cap on the number of international student visas it'll be issuing for the next 2 years. BC currently has more than 175,000 international students in the public and private sectors.
All right, guys, so I'm going to be reading from the news outlets. It says BC bans private colleges from enrolling international students. Okay, so this ban is effective immediately, of course. It says in the immediate aftermath of the federal government's introduction of a temporary 2-year cap on the number of Canada study permit issuances, British Columbia has placed a provincial ban on new colleges enrolling international students for the same period. That's the same 2-year mark, okay? It said this is being done with an aim of eliminating exploitative practices in the field, as per the BC Post-Secondary Education Minister, Selina Robinson. The province is also setting minimum language requirements at private institutions so that international students will be better prepared before entering BC. Schools will be inspected more frequently so that their standards are confirmed to be met, and private colleges and universities will need to be more transparent with tuition fees and prove that the new programs meet labor market demands. These new policy announcements are a mode of scrutinizing the diploma mills that collect high fees from international students while being the source of poor education. That's why we're introducing more stringent requirements for institutes and robust safeguards to protect international students against bad actors, provide them with a better path to success, and make sure BC continues to attract talented students. We need to fill significant gaps in labor markets and drive our economy forward, said Robinson. Just last week, Immigration Minister Mark Miller announced that his department was capping the number of undergraduate study permit approvals for 2 years at 360 a year, a 35% reduction from last year. This comes after the student program had grown to reach more than 800,000 students in 2022, putting, according to some experts, strain on housing and affordability. BC would have the power to dictate how many international students can be enrolled at each college and university, regardless of whether they are public or private. Ottawa has been allocated a number of international students to BC that it is allowed to accept. Premier David Eby told CBC's Rosemary Barton that the number undisclosed to the public at the moment concerns him. Him and Robinson said they will be talking to Miller about excluding certain programs that train people for in-demand professions for the caps. The Vancouver Sun reported that AB told reporters, "I do think there's a role for the province to play in supporting the federal government's goal, which we share, of reducing the overall number." However, he added that reduction should be done in a way that minimizes harm to the overall provincial economy, post-secondary institutions, to international students themselves, and maximizes the benefits of why we've always supported a strong international student program in British Columbia. New maximum enrollment numbers for international students will be set for public post-secondary institutions. Natalia Toller, National Deputy Chair of Canadian Federation of Students, said to Post Media News that the cap may cause a scramble to make up for financial losses from the chopped international tuition, resulting in a possible uptick in tuition for both international and domestic students. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Everything that they have stated here are part of the fears that a lot of us have expressed, and we're just going to be breaking all the things that she said down, okay? Right, so the first one, of course, is the exploitative practices. Being in Canada, I have noticed a lot of schools. In fact, even when people ask me in my videos, ask you, what do you think about this school? Listen, I've never heard of your school before. I think that it's very risky to go to schools that, like, when I even did a video about how to choose your school, that is one of the videos I've done. If you go down my videos, it is one of the videos I've done. I said research the top 10 in that province you're looking at. Research the top 10. Now rank them around the top 10 in Canada. Rank their program, rank every single thing about them. You cannot go to a school that doesn't have enough reviews. Even when you get to your school, put on YouTube, put the school name, put review. You need to see enough students that have given enough reviews, whether good or bad. You need to be seeing reviews so that you can be able to be better informed. When you check a school and there are no reviews, that is shady. It means nobody's there. It means, like, even people that are there are probably leaving, or it's not even a credible school. Research, put the school's name in the in your Google search and search it out. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, because that's one of the ways that we international students can help ourselves. It's not everything they will do for you. Now, the government is taking their step, of course, to make sure that, especially in BC, they are telling those ones they cannot recruit, meaning private colleges. Now, one other news agency said private colleges and universities. So I do not know for sure, because when they say colleges, and that's private post-secondary institutions, universities among. So if you're in or you're about to enter a new private university, maybe a private university in British Columbia that just started, is a new one, please do your research. We know that most times with Canadian news, they are never straightforward. In fact, when you come with this type of thing, I need a list. Bring out a list of the schools and call them by their name. This backyard turning can be very stressful, but I understand. If you know that you're in a private university, I would advise that you do more research to know if your university is included, if you're one of those people that you're waiting for admission for September, and then you're hearing this news, maybe you would need to start looking for other schools, because from this news, you're already seeing that your school is not even allowed to admit. So that school, if they can survive the 2 years without new intake, is going to be a lot. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. From this thing alone, it's going to cripple a lot of schools, because if you're not allowing them to bring in new students, how are they going to function? Okay, so another thing she said was also setting minimum language requirements at private institutions so that the students are better prepared. This I support 100%, because I had said in my previous videos that there are some classes you will enter with people that can barely speak English. Like, it is not even good for them that you collect their tuition and you know that they are struggling to communicate. It is not good for the people that they are going to be put together with, especially in classes or whatever. We are doing a group work. You cannot communicate. Then how are you going to tell us what you understand, what we learned, or your own angle? You see people, one person or two people in the group are the ones carrying the burden of the entire group. So this minimum language requirement is very important, because how would you understand your lecturer if you cannot communicate? I listened to one program once, and one lecturer was lamenting bitterly. I think it was even a comment on YouTube that she was teaching a class, and she found out that one particular student kept talking throughout the class. And then she told the student to stop talking, only for her to upon further investigation to find out that the student was not necessarily talking. He was translating what she was saying for his friend. And she's wondering how that friend is going to write exams, how the friend is going to pass. And that really dampened her spirit. And this is someone that was a lecturer. A lot of these things happen. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Okay, so another thing she pointed out, as the minister said, schools are going to be inspected more frequently. And you know that most times, especially when we are coming from third world countries, we'll be like, if you go abroad, they inspect every time. Sometimes these things are just shiny gates. Now they are beginning to sit up to see that there have been a lot of things that have been pushed under the rug. How did these schools get accreditation? You know, there are sometimes, I don't know if you people remember, there are times when, is it the student association, the university association in Nigeria, they will seize accreditation for some private schools. They will say, okay, this one did not meet up, this one met up. You know, that's the same thing that we are looking at here in Canada. Like, you cannot give every school accreditation, and these people go off and start getting international students. Remember Alpha College. If you can Google, check Alpha College. There was a period that this school, not only did they bring people, they brought people to the point where they could not have classrooms for them. They started putting people inside cinemas where you go to watch movie, but it will be there that you do your class. You can imagine a lot of people came into Canada and they even had to tell them, okay, you come for May, but they tell you that no, you cannot start May. You have to start wait and start maybe September or start. What would they be doing for that 4 months? It was a messy thing. And a lot of students that came on loans. Like, they were owing heavy loans. Some of them had to go back. Some people even had depression that period. So this is something that I feel like they should do. Frequent inspection, frequent check-in. Also, make sure that people are going through their course contents. Some courses are just annoying. That's why I say it's not enough for you to just pick a course. Pick a course that, even when I advise you to pick a simple course, but you pick a course that is useful. So you don't just go and pick hairdressing. You're paying how much money you're picking hairdressing. I know. You're picking a course that it's employable. At least if you add 1 or 2 degrees from extra certifications, you can see yourself getting employed. So if you're doing a general business management course, or a global business management course, or a strategic management course, or something in business, but it's from a credible school, like I told you, you search the school, you find the top 10 in Canada, top 10 in Ontario, you do your review, you make sure that your school is highly placed. Don't come and be dropping random names of school, and then simply because 5 or 10 people are in the comment telling you, I'm going. It doesn't make the school is credible. We are spending so much money. Mo could they go only schools where get sense? That's the bottom line. The reason I chose my school was because amongst other schools, it was not only was it highly placed, the price was right. I told you before, I mentioned it before, I wanted to go to Humber, but Humber was doing my course for 2 years and it was $40,000. I was like, no, that's not attainable. 40,000 is too much. So I decided to go for Seneca, which at that time was like 18,000 round figure, $18,000. And I'm like, it makes sense for 1 year. That's fine. I can do that. If after 1 year, I feel like I need to do another course, I do another one, giving me 1+1 instead of committing to a 2-year course that I will struggle with. If that wisdom did not come to me, imagine having to pay this term school fees at dollar rate of 1,100, 1,090 when I started the school at 400 and something. You can imagine what students are going through. That's why I said it's not enough for you to be in a school. Imagine now being in that school or doing that 2 years course in a school that is not accredited, in a school that is rubbish. Some of these top colleges, listen, another point is some of these top colleges have useless courses. It can be a top college, but some of the courses might be useless. Please do your research. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So she said that they will be inspected to make sure that they are more transparent with their tuition, because sometimes you enter the school, they tell you it's 18,000. Before they will calculate what you're owing, you're entering 19,500. So they have to be very transparent. Me, I just got to the point where I was like, in fact, anything you tell me I'm owing, let me just pay and be going my way. I did not want to even to be bothered with any 5 naira or 2 naira. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So some people have noticed tuition fees increase. In fact, I got a comment yesterday and she was saying that their school has increased tuition per hour. So it depends on some courses you're getting now. They've increased on each course like $35 per hour or something like that, just to make up for the fact that this study cap is going to bite. So the people that are going to be most affected are even those that are in school right now, because you people are the ones that you cannot go front, you cannot come back. You're already hooked in the classes, and they know that they can shake you up for some more money. If the government doesn't intervene to peg some of these tuition fees to make sure that these colleges don't increase it, there will be a lot, okay? Another thing she pointed out is to make sure that the new programs they're introducing meets labor market demand. Another reason for you to Google. Before this, you go and study this your program in this your province. Check what are the top jobs, what are the labor demand of BC. You see now, is your course inside there? So that when they are looking for the colleges to scatter and the courses to remove, hope your course is not among the ones that they will remove. It is wisdom to be in the place, in a category that the people are looking for. It is wisdom. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This thing has a lot and we are unpacking it one after the other. So concerning the other part, she said, of course, they are trying to introduce more stringent requirements to remove all the bad actors and all of that. I feel like it's not even that much of a big deal to go against these people one-on-one, call them out and tell them effective immediately, their schools are closing down. We need to know what students are there, how you're going to refund them, and what colleges you're going to be transferring those students to. Because it's one thing to say, oh, they are bad actors, let's start clipping their wing one by one. But you know that there are students in that colleges that are not going to get good education. So as a government, is it better for you to stop the ones coming, or to these ones that are already here now, find a way to have them integrated in other schools and have programs where these people will finish well? Or what do you guys suggest? Guys, let me know your thoughts, because I've looked at it several ways. I'm like, if you know that these people, they don't meet up demands, they don't meet up the industry standard, why are they still allowed to have the students that they currently have? Why can't these students be absorbed into other public schools that are more recognized so that they can at least finish their course? What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So another important point for people to note is that Ottawa, that's Mac Miller's place. Ottawa is like Abuja here now. That's the capital. They have allotted the number of international students to BC. It then means every province has their numbers already. Listen, every province has their numbers already. The premier of BC said these numbers, he's not disclosing his number. Why? Because it doesn't even make financial sense for you to disclose your number, because it scares people, and then it puts like fear and panic in schools. So it's good that these people come and be paying admission fee or whatever, because everybody's looking for money one way or the other. But he disclosed another thing that I feel like people should listen to. He said that he has gotten his numbers, but that him and of course the minister Robinson, they are going to be speaking with Mark Miller to exclude certain programs. I feel like this is where a lot of provinces are going to be meeting with the minister. I don't know if the minister is going to budge, because what he's saying is that there are certain in-demand professions that he wants to be excluded from the cap. The wise thing the minister of BC did was to remove the knowledge. In fact, by announcing this thing she did, all the private schools know that no cap for them. In fact, maybe their number is so small that they said the best way for us to manage this number is to remove the idea that they will come and submit CV, that how many students are people giving us. They don't want them to even come to the door. So they told them, you are not allowed. In fact, the 2 years when Mark Miller used hold us, we hold you 2 years to don't submit anything, don't take any students. The one we have is not even going to go round. So that's one thing I suspect. I don't even want to hear Ontario's numbers, because I'm sure the entire province maybe 2-5 because at this point the province is packed. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So what he's saying is they've been talking to Miller to about excluding certain programs that train people for in-demand professions in the city, of course, from the cap, to remove it. Now, if I'm you, what are these in-demand professions in BC? They were talking about constructions, of course, nursing. Nursing is always in demand. The medical field. Look for in-demand professions. That is the hot cake now. If your course is not in demand, you are plan D. They know that is, they will first collect in-demand people, because from the way this conversation is going, I'm sure that more provinces will be clamoring for in-demand professions. Make sure your course is in demand so that you can stand a better chance. Make sure your result is good. Make sure all your visa documents, you arrange it very well. You keep all your money. You don't tempt visa officers, because right now I feel like everybody's blood is hot. So before March, as we are arranging this thing, I'm going to be giving you feedback, making sure that, of course, everybody gets whatever it is that we need to get concerning it. YouTuber Unified Carl is in British Columbia. There are many people that are in British Columbia. Please, guys, what is happening in the province? In fact, it's Winifred. I know. Winifred, let me know what's happening in your province. So what is going on? What's like the take of people that are in British Columbia right now? Are people afraid? I know Winifred is in a university. There are most of the people that I know in British Columbia in the university. So I don't know if they are directly affected. Okay. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So the last person that commented was the Natalia Toller, that's deputy chair of the Canadian Federation of Students, that said that the cap would cause financial scramble. Of course, people are going to lose a lot of money, especially colleges. And now the people that are going to pay are the ones that are in school. They are going to increase your fees. They are going to increase your fees. Find a way to have money. So I feel like if students need to even do protest of any sort, is to, I think Quebec has started increasing, and some certain schools that started increasing fees, is to protest for government to come to their aid as to holding these colleges from going mad with increasing school fees. That will be a good take to have. Okay, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And this has been our take on the British Columbia announcement concerning their cap on new intake for private colleges in British Columbia. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I remain your girl Acid Darling. Please check out my other videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.